What dark secret are you hiding from everyone? My family thinks I won $40,000 on a $20 scratch-off lottery ticket when I was 23. The truth is, I was first to pass by a gang-related shooting while in Baltimore. Tried to help the guy, found it spilling out of a backpack, and took it. I still called 911, but that money helped me buy my first house and a little used car. It literally changed my life. On the news it was a drug trafficking ring. I feel better now. LOL. Most people in my family think that my mother recently died suddenly from complications due to cancer, but she really died from the toxic effects of oxycodone, morphine, fentanyl, and methamphetamine. Seems as though she just had herself a secret death party. I got married a few weeks ago, came back from my surprise honeymoon on Thursday, and was told on Friday that I have cancer. I can't bring myself to tell my husband, but I will have to at some point. It's not so bad. I'm 60, so I've had a life of ups and downs, but I still have things to do. Hasn't sunk in yet, really. My girlfriend started selling used pants and stuff online. Someone wanted used insoles from her shoes. I walk for about 6 hours at a time at work and often just put her insoles in my shoes. Those perverts are getting off to the smell of my sweaty feet, thinking it's a girl. My grandpa was stationed in Okinawa, Japan during the Korean War. While in the Marines, he hooked up with a woman there, and she got pregnant. So I have a Japanese aunt and a few cousins in Japan, whom I've never met before. Sometimes I spend whole meetings wondering how they got the big meeting table through the door. When I was around 9 years old, I used my mom's credit card to sign up my shitty alcoholic stepfather for a porn website in hopes of starting a fight and her leaving him. FYI, she did leave after another year or so. Current stepdad is a real keeper. I kick ice cubes under the fridge when I accidentally drop them on the floor. On the first date, what were some immediate red flags that made you not go on a second date? He told me he had worms. Not in a casting, fishing, or a terrarium kind of way. Full-on internal parasites. He tried to change my order with the waitress because I didn't order what he'd recommended. She was still married and said she just wanted to know if she'd be able to still get dates if they split up. Worst date ever. Date went fine, but on the drive back he got into a road rage. He started blasting through red lights and speeding and yelling. I told him that I'm not putting my life in danger over a hissy fit from a grown-ass man. Nope. He stared at his phone the whole time. Then, after we parted, he sent a text complimenting my ass and then said we should go out again. Went out with a girl who only talked about her ex-husband and his porn addiction. After listening for 2 hours about his Asian porn collection, I noped out of there hard. Went out with a girl. We hit it off well to the point that things heated up, and I spent the night at her place, only to wake up to an empty house and no clothes. She had taken all of my clothes, including my underwear, with her to work. I went on a date with a guy who called himself a mama's boy and said no woman would ever compare to his mother. There was no second date, and despite how many times I turned him down and said I wasn't interested, he kept calling and texting me for 2 years until I changed my number. I told her I had a dog. She said, "Oh neat, what breed?" I told her, "Siberian Husky." "Oh, a big dog. At least she'll die young so you can get a puppy again soon." At dinner, he shared with me that he didn't believe in washing his hands after going to the bathroom as long as toilet paper was used effectively. Hand washing was obsolete. He said all of this while licking his fingers and digging into a shared basket of appetizers. I was disgusted. Lol. It made me cancel the first date we had planned. I met a guy on a dating site and he asked me on a date and I agreed. Later, I got a call from work saying a package had been delivered. It was a huge bouquet of flowers. I was so confused. I asked him if he had sent them and he said, "I did. You said you had a bad day last Friday, so I wanted to make this Friday a good one for you." Normally, I would absolutely love this gesture and be over the moon with this. The only problem is that I never told him where I worked, and I had told him I lived in a large city an hour away to be on the safe side. So, not only did he find my true town, but also found out where I had worked. Instant red flag and made me terrified. Edit, I am not on LinkedIn and never have been. He brought his 2-year-old along on our date. He then informed me he would be okay with me going out and partying for maybe 1 more year to get it out of my system, but after that he expected me to settle down. Then went on a strange rant about how important it is for women to have their fun before becoming moms so they are ready to be homemakers. I was 19 and also was not aware he even had a kid beforehand. Pulled out a loaded gun in my car to try and impress me. What do you do in the shower other than showering? Win arguments in my head. From several months ago with the perfect witty comeback. I cup my hand against my chest and let it fill up with water. I release it into my other hand that's cupped underneath. I repeat down to my lower stomach, then release it to my penis. Used to just hold water and then drop it, then repeat it again. Pee, blow my nose, use the hot water to relax my spine so I can get some good back scratches. Let my mind wander and then try to remember if I applied shampoo. Fellow non-Americans, what is something quite common in the US that is completely unheard of in your own country? My German friend visited us in college. First party he goes, "They do exist!" and held up our pack of red Solo cups. Free drink refills. This thing where the kitchen sink has teeth. Where I'm from, you need to put €1 in a shopping cart in order to use it. When you return it, it gives back the coin. I think this doesn't happen in the US, right? Also that they take your credit card to pay in the restaurant. In Europe, you always have the card with you when you pay. What is something most people don't realize is very addictive? Relationships. Reddit. Not doing things. Attention. Scrolling in social media. Reels, TikTok, whatever. Sugar. Guys, where do you finish when you masturbate? I knew a dude that used to finish on his hand and wipe it onto his mattress. Nothing beats feeling that crunch when you lay down on your mattress. Never before has a Reddit comment made me come close to throwing up. Into the toilet bowl, gone with a flush, and I can just take a shower right after. Part of the reason why I do this is because of privacy. I live with people who don't respect privacy that much. Typical Asian household. So if I do it in the bathroom, I get a reason to lock the door and do the deed without the fear of being interrupted. I put it back to where it came from. The Mike Wazowski method. Into a tissue. I don't want a sticky hand. Easy cleanup. Not where I wish I was finishing. On a good day, I can hit the ceiling fan. It's better to come in the sink than to sink in the cum. What was the worst decision of your life? Probably that 20 years of nonstop drinking and drug use. Looking back and trying to understand how I made that same decision every day is sad. Got myself together now at 36. Losing contact with the people I cared about because I'll just message them tomorrow instead. Tomorrow never came, and now the relationships are dead. I stayed with the girl who cheated on me. It all ended eventually anyway, but I could have moved on a lot sooner. Was engaged to a 32-year-old mom of 4 kids when I was 21 years old. I was not ready for that life. Edit. Still not as bad as the penis ring guy. Kinda falling in love with wrong person. During my late teens, I missed the funeral of my best friend's brother. To all the kids out there who are open to learning empathy but might not understand it yet, be the person who is there for your friends. Folks just want a shoulder to hug. Do what I couldn't and be a presence for your mates. What is one piece of advice that has significantly improved your mental health? No is a complete sentence. It's getting easier to say as I get older, but I'm always surprised when people just accept it, and I wish I started saying it years ago. It's too difficult to keep up with white lies. I'm sick, I've got a birthday dinner, I've got plans, when you just want to say, no, never skip on sleep. So don't have kids. Work to live, don't live to work. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Don't take what other people say or do to you personally. Change my life completely. When you're easily offended, you're easily manipulated. Works like magic. You can't help those who don't want your help, and you can't help those who aren't willing to help themselves. Girls of Reddit, what's an instant green flag that you would see in a guy? When he remembers post conversations. If he can control his emotions, voice, and composure when frustrated and angry. Genuine kindness to people he's not trying to sleep with. When he's respectful to everyone. Everyone. How he treats other people, especially other women in his life. One of the things I love about my boyfriend is how sweet he is to his mom and grandma, and how polite he is with service people. Question for the men. What's the worst part of having a penis? Sometimes pants or underwear are too tight in that area. When you get an erection in public, even though you weren't thinking anything dirty. Just getting boners, man. You can't avoid it. You can't just get rid of it. You just get boners. It doesn't have to be fueled by anything. Having to piss with morning wood. Edit. I was only answering the question with the first thing that came to mind. I know how to pee with morning wood. I've been doing it for quite some time now, so I think I have it figured out.